This is the next Cheap Thrills podcast. We are currently recording in our
luxury penthouse.
Luxury penthouse, yeah, exactly.
The top of Stark Tower.
It is rather stark as well, isn't it?
It is pretty stark.
It needs a bit of decor.
Is this where half the sign's going to fall off?
That's the one.
Right, okay. So today Liam isn't here.
Dropping like
Do we know where Liam is?
I don't remember what he said.
No, no one knows. He's gone AWOL.
AWOL.
Right, Adam isn't here either.
Now is he still talking to the execs about his budgie smugglers?
He could very well be. I don't know.
Didn't Adam tweet or Facebook a
He's
picture
in
of
London
Brian
doing something.
Boland? Or
Yeah, I
Boland
know.
or
He
something?
said, "Who's this?" Knowing full well that I knew who he was.
So what is he at then? A book signing
No,
in shops?
he was walking past apparently, and Brian Boland just happened to be in there signing something.
Okay.
Right, so this week we've got me, Rob, we have Graham,
Hello.
and we have Raven,
Hello.
and as a special surprise guest, we have James.
Angry James.
Angry James, yeah. Everyone tell Angry James to off.
In the comments.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
There are comments.
Oh, yes.
There will
no.
definitely be
Okay,
comments.
most of the comments are me and Graham, but and Adam and Liam. But please feel free to comment. Right, okay, so what came out this week? We had Wonder Woman #2. I know I read it. You didn't.
No, I didn't.
Raven did. What have you read this week, Raven?
What haven't I?
No, what have you read?
Oh, I read Detective and Wonder Woman.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Right, so half the stuff on here, I'm the only one that's read it. Because James doesn't read comics anymore. What was the last comic you read, James? And there's your answer. Right. Right, okay, so Wonder Woman 2, I enjoyed it. It was first part of year 1. So Liam Sharp wasn't the artist. I can't remember who the artist was, but it's still pretty good. I'm really liking it.
So what's going on with that Wonder Woman then? Because the story doesn't continue from 1 to 2.
Right, so number 1 is set now, as in now. And Wonder Woman 2 is the first part of year 1. So then number 3 will carry on from number 1, and then number 4 will carry on from number 2.
Not too confusing.
Not too confusing.
So they're interleaving them, like the even numbers
exactly.
will be year 1.
Yeah, and they're interweaving them where year 1 will have an effect on the story that's happening in the odd
Right.
or the even.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's good. I'm liking it. Civil War 2, number 3.
Oh.
Which had massive spoilers across the internet. If anyone, unfortunately, looked at the BBC website, I know Graham did.
Unfortunately, looking at the BBC News website and ended up with a massive spoiler. Yeah. Well, we already know that somebody dies, but I then found out who dies before even reading the comics. So
Did you find out who
the perpetrator is?
Yes.
Yeah, you find out. Majority of Civil War 3 is a bit of the trial that's going on over the person that killed the other person, and lots of arguing. So, lots of that's what it seems to be. Civil War, lots of arguing.
Yes. Okay. Well, I haven't read it. What else came out? Amazing Spider-Man Civil War 2 tie.
Yeah, not getting that one.
Right. Choosing Sides, number 2, Civil War tie.
Yeah, I'm getting those. They seem to be sort of a something and nothing comic, to be honest. They're just sort of little tie-in stories, 3 little stories. And this week we had War Machine, Goliath, and Nick Fury. But yeah, if you're not getting them, you're not losing out on anything really. But they're just nice little stories that do tie
Marvel
in.
are very good at doing backup stories
Yeah.
and tying a lot of different titles into.
Yeah,
And you can pick and choose. If you want to get the whole thing, that's cool. If you just want to stick to the main story, that's cool.
that's
But
exactly.
it's you can read it however you want to read it.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
If you're not going to miss out if you don't get it.
Alright. And we had Civil War 2, Gods of War 2, which another time.
Yeah.
What is Gods of War?
I don't know.
It's
Over to you.
I'm not reading it myself. I know Liam is, but it's another one of those titles where you can read parts of the story in the main comic, but also you delve in a little bit deeper in that particular.
Okay, so is Gods of War a title that existed before Civil War?
No.
Who's in it? Who's the main?
Hercules is the main
right,
character
that
in
makes
that.
sense.
So it's
And some other gods?
Like I say, I'm not actually reading it myself. But you know, it's one of the. It seems that with Civil War, it's one of those ones where you can read the main story. You've got a lot of stuff that's going off in the
It's
in
one
the
of these we're
periphery,
going to end
and-
up getting as a trade paperback on the shelf, and it'll tick over. People will buy it.
Yeah, because you'll want to find out. Oh, actually, what went on after this particular page, and it's one of those ones where you can buy it to find out and delve a little bit deeper into some of the stories.
Good. Detective Comics 936. I read this. Raven, you read it.
Yes.
It's part 3 of the new Rebirth story.
Yes, it is.
What's your opinion?
Well, I'm liking it. It's
I sense a butt coming.
It's kind of like a filler one. Like you don't really. It hasn't really got the impact of something that something big's gonna happen. You know, it's like a villain. You kind of go, oh, he's gonna do something. They're gonna beat him. But it's not like one of those very impactful ones when anything can happen.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You haven't read a lot of the Batwoman stuff.
No.
And it is delving into the history or the lore of the Batwoman side of it. And there's been a few characters that they've taken over onto it. So I'm enjoying it because I'm getting a bit more of the story that I've been reading for the last 3 or 4 years. But I'm liking it. It's very... I've said it before, it's very comic-y. It's another group, you've got Batwoman at the head of it. Batman is like a general. They've got Tim Drake as Robin, he's come back. Stephanie Brown, spoiler, Clayface. Cassandra Cain, as the original, well not the original, but one of the Batgirls. She's back again, and her name is now... I've forgotten what her name is. They've changed it.
I don't remember.
Can't remember. But it's it's a little team and they're all working together. It's a bit odd because obviously Clayface doesn't know anyone's secret identity. So it's like they've got a new secret layer called the Belfry, which just so happened to be stocked very, very quickly with all the mod cons.
Well, that's amazing.
Yes. But they created like a danger room, like from X-Men.
Right.
But they created it from Clayface. So of course he can generate anything that he likes.
Oh, right.
But it's basically the danger room from X-Men. But it's cool, I like it. It's going somewhere, it's going to lead into Monster Men, which is going to be the big crossover that they do. It's good. Right, what else? Flash number 2. I think I'm the only one that read that. Again, it was alright. We kind of read Flash number 1, which was, let's make another speedster, which was...
Is this the same as the Wonder Woman when they were interleaving year 1 and the normal stuff?
No, this is...
So that's just happening in Wonder Woman?
Just Wonder Woman, that's the only one. All of the other titles...
So is Liam Sharp doing the current Wonder Woman and then someone else is doing the year 1 Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Right, I see.
Yes. So he's doing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Okay.
We can count.
I'm good at that.
So is there any other year 1 stuff that's happening in Rebirth? Or is it just Wonder Woman?
Just Wonder Woman. It's the only one they've... And I think the reason why they've decided to do it that way is that the story will interweave with the new stuff. There's going to be like ramifications of it.
Yeah.
And it is her 75th anniversary, isn't it? That's why they're probably doing it.
Right.
That is very true. It is Wonder Woman's 75th anniversary, and they've never done a year 1 before. So anything's open. They can do whatever they want, really. But it's been good. There's been a little bit of controversy at the moment with the writer Greg Rucka and the artist who does the alternate covers, Frank Choi.
Right. What's that? What controversy?
Well, you've got Greg Rucka, who is a feminist writer, and he's very good at it. Yeah. And then you've got Frank Choi, who's a very good...
Is that the Spider-Woman arse guy?
Yes. Who's very good at doing outrage, and he's very good at doing scantily clad women.
So did they deliberately put those two together to try?
It hasn't worked.
Try and soften off the idea that this guy just does sort of like leering sort of
Personally,
pictures.
I think it's been brilliant. It's
Right.
a really good package. You've got some really good artists, and you've got a very good writer.
Yeah.
But Frank Choi turned around and said, "That's it. I'm quitting. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm fed up." And the reason
because they kept telling him not to.
No,
draw
because
asses.
Greg Rucka didn't like his style, and he said it wasn't working and it wasn't fitting. And Frank Choi's gone, well, sod you then. Basically, I won't do it, and he's quit.
Okay.
So the internet's kind of divided into you're either in this team or you're in this team. It's a shame because it's going to spoil a very nice package. But
And how was the stuff that he'd done? So these two are working on Wonder Woman.
Well, no, Frank Choi's only doing the variant covers. That's it.
Oh, so that's all he's done.
That's
variant
all
covers
he's
for it.
done.
And how were they? Were they?
Brilliant.
But I mean, in terms of
what did Scrimman?
yeah, like were they just like pictures of arses, or were they like a bit more to them than that?
No, you that made a comment earlier. Go on, tell me the comment you made.
I thought that on was it number 2?
Yeah.
The drawing of Wonder Woman looked very blokey.
Okay.
If you covered her face up.
Right, so they drawn her more masculine.
She looked very, very masculine.
Okay, and this is the Frank Choi variant.
Yeah, and I'm not looking at female characters should be skinny waist and big boobs and all that sort of stuff. But you just cover over her face and it looked like a man.
Okay, so what he was trying to do go the other way and sort of.
It's a story made out of nothing. Basically, Frank Choi said to Bleeding Cool News, "I'm doing this. This is the reason why." Bleeding Cool News ran it on their website. Within 8 or 9 hours, half a dozen other places had started running it. Yeah. And then this morning, it was a 2-column article in The Guardian.
Oh, right.
All from Bleeding Cool News.
Right.
It was a little story that blew out into this massive thing. Okay. And it's nothing, really.
Yeah.
But, hey-ho. And now I'm telling everyone about it on this.
Well, that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? All right. Well,
and that's all in Flash number 2, is it?
Yeah. No, it's got nothing to do with it.
They should capitalise on this by writing in a storyline where there's a massive drama about.
They probably actually. How did we get back? Whose fault was that? How did we get back to Wonder Woman?
I don't know. No, because we're talking about year 1. Would this be a year 1?
It's your fault. Okay.
Right. You need the alarm, the tangent alarm. Turn that down.
Right, okay, Flintstones number 1. That came out. I know Liam's very scared of that.
Scared of it?
Yeah. Scared of it. It's too hyper real.
It was weird.
Doesn't look right. It looks weird.
Yeah, apparently it was weird.
But I think
is that why he's not here? Is
probably, he's too scared of it. Yeah.
He's cowering under his duvet.
They released it this week. I can't face them. No. All of these ones I think are going to be really popular. I think they're going to be ones we're going to have to keep on the shelf. So Wacky Raceland, Flintstones.
We've had the Scooby-Doo and the Wacky Races thing. Yeah. And so you saying the Flintstones is come in this week, or it's coming out next week?
No, it came in this week. We had one issue that came in. Somebody ordered it.
Didn't see that. They must have gone straight in the box or something, or someone else picked it up.
So I think someone picked it up straight away. But I think
so
these
more
are
of those
quite
to the shelf.
popular. Yeah, definitely.
A realistic Flintstones does seem a bit odd.
It is a bit strange.
What have they done with it? Because with Wacky Races, they made it like Mad Max, and with Scooby-Doo, I don't know what they did with it.
It's sort of modernised Scooby-Doo.
You don't need to do that much to Scooby-Doo to make it less cartoony. But what you do about the Flintstones?
Well, you're so used to looking at the Flintstones as a 2-dimensional cartoon.
Yeah.
And although it's a 2-dimensional...
Is this like when they did the 3D Simpsons episode?
Yes. They've made it lifelike.
Mm.
And obviously it's... they've got smartphone-y type things.
So are they still using pelicans as cement mixers?
Yes,
and
all
of
that type of stuff.
But it looks real.
It myself,
See, that's just horrifying. If you got a pelican and filled its bill up with cement, that's not entertaining or funny.
Yeah, because the saliva would dilute the cement, wouldn't it?
No, I'm talking about the quality of the mixture.
It's the cruelty of the animal. That's the problem.
It's a cartoon!
Concrete foie gras.
Right, moving on.
Swiftly,
yeah. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps Rebirth came out. It's alright. It's another Green Lantern type mega epic. The thing with Green Lantern is because they've used him in a lot of their big epics over the last couple of years, like Blackest Night or Brightest Day. If you want to read the epics, you're forced to read Green Lantern. And it's alright. I think they went a bit OTT with it, and there was the red lanterns and the yellow ones and the purple ones and the orange ones and the
Grey Lanterns. They're indifferent, I suppose.
They're bored.
Right, what did come out? New Superman number 1, which is the new Chinese Superman. It's aimed at the Chinese market. It's written by a Chinese writer. I'm not sure if the artist is Chinese. It was okay. I don't particularly like the person they've chosen to be Superman.
But to be fair, you didn't really like the last person that was Superman.
That is very true. That is a point well made. It's okay. I'm probably not going to carry on reading it. all right. It didn't grab me with the first issue, but it's not aimed at me. It's written in a Chinese way, and it's not like you've got to read it backwards or anything. But
I was going to ask that. Do you have to start at the back?
I saw you looking at me. I knew what he was going to say. I think I would have preferred that if they'd actually done a proper manga style that you got to read that way.
What? So you open the first page and it spoiled it straight away for you. It's like,
yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not going to carry on reading it. I don't think. The new Nightwing came out, which I really enjoyed. It was good. It's finished off the Grayson side of it and brought Dick Grayson back as Nightwing. I liked it. I'm going to carry on reading that.
Isn't it the Court of Owls are in that one? Or like the entire world?
Spiral's in it, but it's sort of like a let's finish this story and move on to this one. It's a very good transitional story between this case of affairs and this case of affairs.
Right.
But it's good.
So did they just wipe out Spiral in that first issue, or are they going to be coming back?
Well, without going into spoilery specifics.
Does the owls just kill them all?
No.
Really?
Really?
Did they die of old age?
I'm not going to tell you. You have to read it.
What's this, 20 questions?
Yeah.
Bluff.
Yes. Right, what else came out? Deadpool, number 15.
Oh, yeah. He gets into a bit of a scrap with Black Panther in that one.
All right.
It's quite amusing. So,
Does Black Panther rip his head off?
No, it doesn't rip his head off, but yeah, he doesn't fare too well part of the way through the fight, and so you've also got the Mercs for Money that are starting to go their own way.
Which is going to be an offshoot.
They're doing some offshoots of Mercs for Money. Which,
Deadpool Mercs for Money number 1 comes in next week.
That's the new ongoing series. But there's also some.
Oh, with the Marvel Now in October.
Yeah, there's also some characters that are having their own ongoing.
There's 3, isn't there?
There is 3. You've got Slapstick, Solo, and Fool Killer as well. They all look like they're going to be pretty good, especially Slapstick.
Do they all talk as much as Wade Wilson?
They've all got their own little quirks. They're all.
So is it like they've got, Deadpool, and they've gone this part of his personality can go to this character, and this part of personality can go to that?
No, because they're all.
In 3 ways?
They're all established characters anyway in the Marvel universe, but they've been brought to the foreground because they've been in with Deadpool for a while. They've been in the ongoing Deadpool series and also in the 5-part Mercs for Money limited series. So they're going to be.
So they deserve their own series, really?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Slapstick's been around for quite a few years. I think it was the mid to late 80s.
Because I hadn't heard of any of them.
I hadn't. I had to do a bit of research on them to find out. I started
so they don't deserve their own series that much then, if you have to research it, right?
Well, no, but I said they've been supporting characters,
right.
But they've been in different comics over the years.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's, Marvel's sort of starting to look through some of the older characters that they've had kicking around, and actually we can do something with this character and see if they run with it.
All right, cool. All right. And Old Man Logan, number 8.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Is that an ongoing?
It is an ongoing. Yeah, it's.
Without spoiling anything, Old Man Logan, wasn't he in a different timeline?
He's an alternate future Wolverine. So he's.
So is it like a sort of Dark Knight Returns, but for Wolverine?
If I knew what Dark Knight Returns was, possibly yes.
The gaping chasm of familiarity between Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Leave comments and tell Graham exactly what Dark Knight Returns is.
So yeah, what's the idea of Old Man Logan? What does he get up to? What's his thing?
Well, Old Man Logan is an alternate future Wolverine, and from past storyline, he was controlled by Mysterio, and he was forced to kill all the heroes in on his world, and went off and lived in the wilderness and had a little family who then got killed themselves.
Has this got anything to do with Days of Future Past?
No,
right, so it's
something completely
different.
Yeah, something completely different. And during the big Secret Wars event, he ended up on the Marvel Universe, in the main Marvel Universe. So he's sort of replaced normal Wolverine, who's now dead.
Haven't they brought him back yet?
No, they still haven't brought him back yet.
But hasn't he been dead for about a year?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's
somewhere
about
around
time.
that, yeah.
It's always a year, isn't it? And then-
Well, yeah, it might be a little bit longer. Depends on how well Old Man Logan and the new Wolverine do.
And how has Old Man Logan been? Have you been enjoying it?
Yeah, it's not been a bad book actually. It's sort of him trying to integrate into the Marvel universe, and the first few issues, he was out for revenge to try and kill the people who killed his family to stop it from happening again in this universe. But yeah, this particular issue is it's one of those sort of standalone issues where he's talking to the young Jean Grey about what had happened in his past, and some of the things that he'd had to go through. So it's a bit of a fill-in issue really before the next story arc starts. But yeah, it has been a pretty good story. I mean, I'm a big fan of Wolverine anyway, so I'm probably going to be a bit biased on the character itself. But it's
The last Wolverine story I read was The Death of Wolverine. It was a year ago.
Yeah, it's a good character. He's a good character. He's different from the Wolverine that we've sort of know and love. But yeah, it's very interesting.
Alright, cool.
That Death of Wolverine story. What did you make of it then, Graham? Being a big Wolverine fan, how do you rate the Death of Wolverine story?
I'm not a big fan of characters being killed off just for selling
Publicity
books.
sake.
Right.
I don't like it because we've all made jokes about they'll be coming back in a year or two's time,
Yep.
and that's what it just feels like. That's what they're trying to do every time they kill a character off.
Yeah.
It's like, right, okay, who can we kill off to sell a load of books, and then how can we bring them back in a year's time?
So, but setting aside that problem they're going to have every time they do this, what was the story like? Was it actually all right as a story goes? If it was like a what-if thing, would you have quite liked it?
Yeah, the Death of Wolverine was quite a good story in itself, and you could see as it was building up that there are little bits and pieces that are being put in place so that potentially it could be brought back in the future.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was reading it with that in mind. That right, how are they going to bring him back?
You see, when I read it, I went all the way through it and went, "Yep, he's dead." And closed the book, and that was it. Because a lot of it went straight over my head. 'Cause I didn't know what was going on.
No,
But it was all right.
I think it's one of those ones where if you read it a second time after they bring him back, if they do bring him back, you'll go, "Oh right, I see why they did that. I see why they did that. Oh yeah, and I get what's happened there."
The building blocks are there to bring him back.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Right, did you get any more comics this week that you wanted to talk about?
No, I only had 4 comics this week.
Well,
You want to order more stuff.
That's what I say. Order more stuff.
Well, I would, but it costs more.
That is very true. Oh, maybe we should try integrating that. The more you order, the cheaper it gets.
Well, we'll discuss that off air.
I think you'll find that's a no, listeners.
I'm not committing to anything. Right?
Right, the other thing that came in this week was there was a few pops that came out. I know because I got my Flash Gordon pops.
Oh, happy.
Yeah. And the other thing that came in was the Harry Potter train,
Oh my god, the train.
which we've got loads of.
But they're selling fast.
But they will sell.
Yeah.
And they're huge. They're really
They're
big.
vast. And if you get the 3 you get the engine and the 2 carriages, so you get Harry, Hermione and Ron. We're doing that for 100 quid. So you're getting 15 quid off. I think we're selling them for
That's
like
pretty
99
Yeah.
just to make it 2 digits instead of 3. So you're
Yeah.
getting 16 quid off.
Yeah.
That's even better.
That's not bad.
That's more than
pretty good.
10%.
That is more than 10%. Right, okay. What did anyone else get up to, geeky wise?
Oh, I just ploughed through Jessica Jones.
Have you finished watching it?
I finished watching it. Yeah,
You've gone through the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. Yeah, it was really good. It took a little while for it to get going though.
But it's worth watching.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because they're going to film Series 2
Yes,
back to back with the Defenders,
they are.
which I'm really looking forward to.
There's quite a few, isn't there, that they're doing? There's Luke Cage.
Luke Cage is being filmed at the
Iron
moment.
Fist.
Iron Fist will start filming, I think, after Luke Cage has wrapped.
And they had the... Oh, do I do spoilers? Well, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to mix it all together anyway. But like, it seems like Daredevil and Jessica Jones are going to integrate.
Which
Well,
is the
they're Defenders, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And obviously, I don't know how spoilery you want to get, but like then Punisher's going to be in Daredevil, isn't he?
He's already in it. He's
Oh,
been in
okay.
Series 2.
I'm a little bit behind. I've only got most of the way through Series 1 of Daredevil, so I'm
Right,
guessing at what's
what
going to happen.
do you think of Daredevil Series 1 then?
I think that it's good. I preferred Jessica Jones for the only reason that the acting's a bit in Daredevil. Presumably it gets better. Like Foggy's awful.
Yeah.
But the rest of it's fine.
The
It's
biggest
just the
problem I
acting's a bit.
had with Daredevil was it's a very dark show. And it's
Yeah.
it's deliberate. I'm not talking in the tone.
Yeah, I
but
thought the
in
bulb
actual-
was going on my projector.
Yeah, exactly. They've deliberately made things very dark because Daredevil's blind and you're supposed to go, what the hell's going on? I can't see.
Yeah.
And it kind of backfires at certain points because
Yeah.
you're not sure what's going on.
But
it's
the
good.
story's
It's
good.
worth going.
It's like the story seems to be like they're putting all the pieces in place. Like not a tremendous lot's happening in the first series, but like
Right.
well, I don't want to say what's happening
Yeah.
in case people haven't watched it. But
when you
things are
get
happening.
when you get to series 2,
Yeah.
it goes.
Oh, okay. Does the acting get any better?
Yes, because they introduce different characters,
Okay.
as in different actors.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Then.
But yeah, the second series is a lot better than the first one.
Right.
It's
Okay.
a
Well,
lot
there's nothing wrong with the first one. It's pretty decent.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
good. Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the plot or anything.
And the second one I went through pretty quick. But then the Punisher is going to be getting his own series as well. They've announced that. So
Who's playing the Punisher?
the guy who played Shane in Walking Dead.
I didn't watch Walking Dead.
You don't watch Walking Dead?
It's boring.
It is.
Oh,
How many episodes can you have with like some zombie going and chasing
Well,
people?
if it was just episodes of zombies going and chasing people, I'd probably like it more. But I watched the first series and that was fine.
Yeah.
And then I started watching the second series.
And
I was like,
it's boring.
oh god, it's just a bloody soap opera
Yes.
that might have some zombies in it for 5 minutes sometimes if you're
Yeah.
lucky. I thought I can't.
So
bother.
you gave up on series 2?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's when it got better after that.
yeah. So people keep telling me, but
Honestly, it
I'm
did.
unconvinced.
Raven, tell him that it got better.
It got better.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, it does.
Yeah.
Now, Fear the Walking Dead,
Yeah.
that's a big part of
Oh,
You
okay.
don't want It's really bad.
What
Like,
is it? What's the concept of Fear the Walking Dead?
Fear the
then?
Walking
Why-
Dead is a prequel.
Right.
So, whereas The
So it's
Walking
like they're-
Dead started X
Within
amount of
waking
time
up and
afterwards,
yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead happens.
Is the outbreak.
Yes.
And
as
they
it
managed to make
happens.
that boring.
Yeah. Don't ask me how. And we're halfway through series 2, and I don't care about any of the characters. And they'll do like a big reveal, you know, or a big story. One of them dies, and oh my god! And I'm sat there thinking, I don't care. I really don't care. And I keep hoping that they're going to get better.
Is it made up out of whole cloth or is it adapted from a comic or a book that they
No,
used?
it's brand new.
Right, okay.
It's straight to TV. You know, totally
Yeah, yeah.
invented, brand new characters.
How many series has that have there been?
1.5.
Right.
There is-
So it
at
hasn't
the
found
moment,
its
there-
feet after 1.5 series.
No. There's been a couple of really good standout episodes, and then you think, here we go, it's found its feet, let's go. And then the next episode is boring as hell. I can't recommend it, unfortunately.
And I suppose none of us in here read the actual Walking Dead comics, do we? So we can't
Well, I
start.
did.
Oh, but you haven't read the recent ones, have you?
No.
Do you get the graphic
Every
novels
6
every
months.
6 months? So when was the last time there was one out? It was like about 2 months ago, wasn't it?
3 months ago, I think.
And how has the actual comic series been getting on?
Brilliant,
All this
I like
intervening
it.
to- It's still strong.
I still like it. They've started integrating a lot more bits from the TV show, sort of.
Okay.
I mean, they're not doing a direct rip.
No, but they're just trying to fold a few things back into
Yeah,
it.
a little bit. And the TV show, I think what I'm trying to say is the TV show is gradually creeping up on the comic.
Okay.
It's like they're skipping years.
Yeah.
Whereas in the comic, they wrote themselves into a corner where everything's happened and Carl was still relatively young.
Yeah.
Obviously, the TV show, Carl is aging.
Oh, of course, he's
Quite
aging at the
quickly.
rate of an actual human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you watch a season of The Walking Dead, the whole season could take a week.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just not working.
Yeah.
So they've had to address that in the comics. They've done it quite well. You know, they've done it quite. There's been a couple of really good plot ideas that they've come up with to sort that out.
And outside of trying to retcon some of the TV stuff in to get the ages to line up, has the actual story still been sort of like gripping and inventive?
I'm
It's not
still
like going around in
enjoying it.
circles
No,
or...
I'm still enjoying it. There's still brand new things that are coming up that I haven't really seen in a zombie thing before.
Yeah.
So it's still like, oh, never seen that. That's quite interesting. But I've been enjoying it. I mean, I read it and then I hand it straight to Ravens. What do you think? What's better, the TV show or the comics?
I would say the comics.
Why?
It's got Negan in it.
Yeah, but the TV show's got Negan in it now.
About 30 seconds. Next season, I'm going to have a different opinion.
Right, ask him again in about 4 months.
Okay. I'm sure I'll remember to do that.
Good. Yeah, right.
Well, if you listen to this podcast, back, you'll be able to remind yourself.
That is true, yeah.
Okay, so what's next on your...
Right, okay, the other thing that I did was Stranger Things dropped yesterday.
Oh,
Do you know
yeah.
anything about this?
I'm aware that it's like a sort of... What was that thing, that J.J. Abrams thing that was like E.T.?
Super 8.
It's like a Super 8-y sort of thing
It's got
for
that
the
kind
TV.
of vibe or feel to it.
Yeah, so it's like it plays like a Steven Spielberg film from the early 80s.
Yes, I deliberately didn't read anything about it. I deliberately didn't.
No,
watch
I don't know anything about it other than the
trailer,
poster.
The poster. The only thing that I knew, and this isn't spoiler in any way,
Good, because I want to watch it, so don't spoil it.
is a kid disappears. That's all I know.
Okay,
That's
right,
all I
fair
knew
enough.
going into it.
Yeah.
And it dropped yesterday, and I finished work at 12, and I went home, and I said to Raven, let's watch it. And Raven went, no, I don't want to watch it. So I'm like, fine, I'll watch it on my own. So I watched 2.5, 3 episodes. I then had to go and get my wife from work, where she said, I'm going out tonight.
Oh, so they dropped all of it at once?
8 episodes.
Yeah.
So I was by myself all day, so I thought, it, I'm going to watch the lot. So I did. I watched all 8 episodes yesterday, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really
So is
good.
it just a thing and it stops, or is it there's going to be another series?
There's a thing, and it stopped.
Yeah, and then there's a little
And
bit at the
then
end that goes, ooh, this is...
Could be another series.
Okay, right.
If it stops now, I'm more than happy.
Yeah.
If there's another series, great. I get to watch another series.
So after 8 episodes, it
That's the
wraps
end
up.
of that particular...
But
Yes.
it could follow on
It
to
could.
something else.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's very Spielbergy. There's a couple of pretty disturbing bits in it. I would think twice about letting like a 12-year-old watch it.
Right, okay.
Maybe
So it's not for me.
No.
No.
It's very good. It's along the same lines. You know how like Poltergeist was.
Yeah.
You know, along those type of like jump scares, and imagine that with a bigger budget. It's that kind of thing.
Cool.
And there's 8 episodes, and there's a couple of episodes in there where you're like, well, not a lot happened. But just as it's about to run out of steam and get boring, they've had to move on to the next bit because there's only 8 episodes, and it ties it all up, and it was good. I really enjoyed it, which is why I watched the whole thing in one day.
So where do we find that? Is
It's
that
on Netflix.
Netflix. Oh, that's
Netflix.
right.
It's a Netflix exclusive. But I'd recommend it to anyone. It's really good. Well, unless you're under 12, obviously. But it's good. It's very, very good.
Cool.
So
So that's the other geeky thing you've
has
been
anyone
doing.
else got anything they want to talk about?
I opened a computer shop. That's quite geeky.
That's very geeky.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, if anyone needs any computers fixing or like pricing up a gaming rig or something like that.
Hang on,
Directly
this is
opposite
the
the
comic podcast.
Yeah, well, you know, just a bit of cross promotion.
Just hijacking the
Directly
podcast.
opposite the comic shop. Go and see the tech store. iwtechstore.co.uk.
Open the door and shout at him and then run away.
And that was a message from our sponsors.
Right, okay, next week. What's coming out? I'll go through these quite quick because obviously none of us have read them yet. Aquaman number 3. I'm looking forward to it. I like Aquaman. Go on, you know you want to do it.
Oh, well, somebody's got to do it, haven't they? Aquaman!
Isn't it normally a bit more of a baritone?
I don't know. Is
It's
it?
usually Liam, but he's not here.
Aquaman. I don't know. I can't do it.
Batgirl Birds of Prey Rebirth. I'm not overly looking forward to it.
Why?
Because they buggered up Batgirl.
What did they do that messed up Batgirl?
Batgirl has always kind of been the same age as Dick Grayson.
Okay.
And
So what is there like a love interest with
Yeah,
won't
that-
they thing?
yeah, they've
Or do
even
they
like, he
actually-
proposed to her. at
Oh
one
right, so
point.
that seems like a they.
You know, so she's being portrayed as like a 22, 23-year-old.
And how
for
old's
the
he
last-
being portrayed as?
24, 25.
Well, that's close enough.
It's fair enough, right?
Yeah.
That's how it's been.
Yeah.
Fine, perfect.
Right.
But then they decided to reboot Batgirl.
Right.
And they're drawing her like she's 15.
Okay. So making her actual girl.
Yeah.
And what about
all
Dick
of a
Grayson?
sudden, you know, she had like a high-tech, you know, Batgirl type suit that
So
Batman had
they're
designed
making-
for her.
so they're making
and
her-
then when they redesigned her, she went to wearing docos and, you know, this mishmash of something that she cobbled together herself, and it just...
So
yeah, but
she's
you're
like-
not Batgirl, are you? It doesn't count.
So she's like a sort of less rude version of Hit Girl.
Yeah.
To appeal to girls that are that age.
Exactly.
Well, that's fair enough. But they've made it. But Dick Grayson's still an adult,
Yes.
so they can't put those two together.
No.
Well, that's not a problem, is it?
Of course, it's a problem because it takes her out of continuity.
Okay, so what? This isn't in continuity. Then?
No, it is in continuity.
I've lost.
I think it might just be the art that makes it look like that.
She's the art makes it look like she's a 15-year-old. She's not, but that's what they've done. And when you read the particular Batgirl comics, she's texting all the time and hashtagging this, and they redesigned the character to appeal to a younger generation.
Right, but
Unfortunately,
if there's like
they
some
sacrificed the character to do it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And it's the same
But
thing
isn't
that like
the
Marvel does very, very well.
Isn't-
If they know that they're going to get 10 new readers,
Yeah.
they don't care if they off these 3 readers to get it.
Well, that's just basic maths.
Exactly.
It
And
seems
that's
to be
spoken like a
happening
true
more.
businessman.
Well, it's just the reality of the situation.
It seems to be happening more and more in comics that they're losing the core fans in search of getting new people in, which, alright, that's fine, but do they have to sacrifice these characters just to do that? You know,
Well, they need something recognisable. They can't come up with a new... The trouble is, you come up with new characters, they don't stick most of the time, do they?
Better tell Marvel that because they've got a lot.
oh god, yeah.
And how are they doing with that?
Well, what Marvel seem to have done, instead of doing a normal reboot where it's like some cosmic event that reboots the universe and everyone loses 20 years of their life and they're suddenly teenagers again,
Yeah.
Marvel have decided they're going to keep all of the original characters, whether it's Hawkeye, Wolverine, Spider-Man, whatever,
Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk, but then they're going to create younger versions of those characters, as in different alter egos, but give them the same names. So there's another Wolverine, there's another Hawkeye, there's another Hulk. So there's 2 of everyone. So they're appealing to the new ones that are coming up, the new readers that are
Yeah.
jumping in, and you've got the old ones, and it's just one big mishmash of characters. I think Marvel have got something like 20 characters.
So it's
all
like
the same
so it's
name.
like a sort of YTS for superheroes, and they've all
Sort of,
taken on
yeah.
like an apprentice.
Well, it's not even that though, because they've got, you know, you've got, what's that, a totally awesome Hulk, and you've got the Hulk.
Right.
2 different characters in different books,
Yeah.
and it's not like, you know, like, Captain America and Bucky, where you've got a sidekick and you've got your main character.
Yeah.
It's just, right, okay, let's bring in
So
a
is
younger
this-
version of that character.
Are these all in the same continuity as each
Yeah,
other?
Yeah,
yeah.
But they just kind of keep them
separate.
separate. Well, it's not the end of the bloody world. You don't have to be...
You see that spoken like a true non-comic fan. That
You
is-
don't... Yeah, but you don't...
comic fans are very loyal to their characters.
Yeah.
And people like certain characters and they stick with them
Yeah, so how is this affecting that?
because it buggers up people's character.
It doesn't... How does it bugger up the character?
Well, you take Wolverine, for example.
Yeah.
Now, we spoke a little bit before about Logan dying. Now, you've got his clone, Laura Kinney, who's called X-23.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, she's now Wolverine. So
Right.
she's in the all-new Wolverine comic,
Yeah.
going around as Wolverine, dressed as Wolverine.
Yeah.
So what happens when Wolverine comes back? We've got 2 of them.
Well, they'll think of something.
And you've got Captain America.
Yeah, there's another
You
one.
know, we've got
Steve
2
Rogers.
I was
Captain
gonna ask
Americas.
about this.
You've got Steve Rogers, and you've also got Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
Now, there's also now a new Falcon.
Yeah.
So if Steve Rogers continues being Captain America and they decide to revert Sam Wilson back to Falcon,
Yeah.
what's the new Falcon going to be called? Yes.
Well, they'll can't.
it just gets confusing over who's who. And if you've stepped away from comics for any period of time and you come back, you go, well, hang on a minute, who the bloody hell's this? You know,
I see.
it just gets too confusing. And if you're going to have, you know, another character that looks very similar to a long-running character, why does it have to have the same name? Can they not have a different name, please?
Is it like what they're doing with Iron Man? That Tony Stark isn't even Iron Man, but they've got 2 Iron Men.
Yeah, there's 2
yes.
new Iron Man series coming out. One of them is going to be a girl that they've introduced, a 15-year-old girl.
Right.
She's called Iron Man. Go figure. There's also another Iron Man coming out that's
Yeah.
going to be Doctor Doom.
I
Surely
don't
you
get
could
it.
just
How is
come-
he going to be... What, Dr. Doom's going to be Iron Man? Is
Yes.
that what you mean? Well, I don't know. It's just names, isn't it? Either the plot, you can follow the plot or you can't. Difference does it make? I mean, Tony Stark's going to be Tony Stark. It's not like he's had his brain removed from his head, is it?
Well,
So if you like
you've
that
just spoiled
character-
Civil War 2, number 6, haven't you? Well, James.
Completely
it.
by accident.
That's it.
But like, I mean, like,
I
if
quit.
you like Tony Stark as a character, the fact that he doesn't happen to be occupying the Iron Man space at the moment doesn't make any difference, does it? You can read the stories that have got Tony Stark in them and keep following that. I mean, it's like, I don't know, you have a cabinet reshuffle. I mean, just because you're not the, you know, the...
Oh, we've gone on to politics.
We
now.
haven't gone on to politics.
God.
This is just an example. But like, you know, just
No, but
because Tony Stark isn't the Chancellor anymore, he's still
But if
here,
you-
isn't he?
but if you
Tony
take-
Stark MP.
If you take Tony Stark, as your example, and you read Iron Man,
Yeah,
because you like Iron Man, you like the character, you know that inside that suit is Tony Stark.
yeah,
You like
yeah.
Tony
yeah.
Stark.
Yeah.
You've been reading him for years.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden he's not Iron Man anymore.
Yeah.
Somebody else has taken over as Iron Man. You might get to see Tony Stark a little bit in the comic if you're
Mhm.
lucky, but it follows the new character as Iron Man.
Yeah.
You're not really going to be happy reading that because
Well, it
it's
depends
not,
whether
it's
it's any
not
good or
Iron
not.
Man.
Right, forget that. Line drawn underneath it.
Alright.
Back
Right.
on topic.
You're back on topic. I was supposed to be going through these quick.
Well, hurry up then.
Right, okay, Batman number 3. It's Batman.
And it's number 3.
Darth Vader number 23. That's rapidly coming to the end because they finish it at number 25. But they're going to introduce another Darth Vader one when
Rogue One?
Rogue One comes out because he's going to be in it. It's only a matter of time.
Spoilers.
It's in the trailer.
Is it?
Well, the one that they haven't shown yet.
What?
You're just making this up, aren't you? Have you spoken to the execs again?
Maybe. Deadpool and Mercs for Money number 1. I'm personally excited about this one, and we're only getting one copy in, and it's for me.
My Little Pony?
The Land That Time Forgot. Because I
What the-
like that.
Don Bluth cartoon? Oh no, that's something
Doug
else.
McClure film.
Oh yeah. What's the Don Bluth cartoon?
I
With
don't know.
dinosaurs. The little... You must know this, you've got children. My sister used to watch it when I was a
Oh,
kid.
you're thinking of
The Land Before Time.
That's it,
That's what I'm
yes.
thinking of.
No,
So I
not
thought they were
that
doing.
one.
I thought they were doing like the wacky races and the Scooby Doo.
No.
They've done it with the dinosaurs.
No, this is the Doug McClure fighting Nazis in submarines with dinosaurs.
Spoilers.
It's been out like
I've never seen it.
30 years.
It's out longer than that. 40 years, I would have thought.
Right, back on topic.
Yeah.
Green Arrow number 3. You're enjoying Green Arrow? You can still carry on buying it
Until it gets bad.
until it gets bad. Good. Green Lanterns number 3. I'm not reading it. I can't be bothered. Hellblazer Rebirth.
What's it like?
I don't know. It hasn't come out. It's coming out next week.
Ooh.
We're on this section now. Try and
That
keep
might-
up.
All right, I'm looking through previews a bit. Yeah, that sounds good. I might read that. The last comic I read was Rebirth number 1, the original starty one. So I haven't read it in any of the other stuff.
Okay.
That was mostly because you harangued me into doing it.
Okay. That only took you 50 minutes to remember that. Well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Justice League number 1, and we've got some more pops coming in. We've got the Warcraft movie pops, and we're getting. There's an Overwatch pop. Overwatch is a game that came out last month. That's pretty popular. Right, so that's pretty much it. We're
Is that
done.
everything?
Finished.
Finito. Before you finito, I want to point out that in previews, they're going on. There's a Trinity thing coming up, so they're going to have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman team up type thing. Like
That's
the
going to be an
Trinity.
ongoing.
What was the previous Trinity like?
It was all right. It was a bit like they did it for the sake of doing it, and they hadn't really put them all together in an ongoing comic before. Just 3 of them.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a Trinity comic for a few years.
Do they? So do those 3 characters tend to? Because they're the
they're
top.
the big 3.
They're the top tier. They tend to
Yes.
like shun the other ones a bit. They're a bit too cool. Like you can't sit at our dinner table in the cafeteria because you're just Dr. Light or some other obscure. He's not in it anymore, is he? Because he was naughty.
Yes, he was very naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't tell you what he did.
No,
You have to read that yourself.
other obscure Justice League people.
The Atom.
The Atom, for instance. Sorry, Atom, you've got to sit over there.
You're too small.
Go and sit at the back.
The Wonder Twins.
The Wonder
They don't
Twins.
even have a chair.
Sit on each other.
Turn into a chair.
Right, we're not going to do Endgame this week because Liam isn't here and Adam isn't here, so I think we'll talk about that next time. Right, so that's pretty much it. We'll be back next week. Hopefully Liam and Adam is going to decide to show their faces, so they'll be back.
Either that or we'll have to pay the ransom.
No, I ain't going to do that.